Yeah, what's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me check everything right now. It should be good. We have Mike coming in. There we go. Yeah, what's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you smoking a
Okay,
joint,
let me
my
check
friend?
every.
Nice, good to see you. Okay, well, what's up, Tok Tok? We are live on Tok Tok. We are live on YouTube right now. Let's get it going. Let me see if you can hear me, my friend. Oh, it's still connecting to audio, I think. Hello, guys. We are at the. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? We are at the live with Joe Exotic, the weekly live. Are you dating? This is not a dating episode, guys. This is the Joe Exotic. And, yes, the Meester Hour with Joe Exotic. And of course, JT, the one and only. His audio is still connecting, but we're working on it. Let me see. I hope I can see the chat. What's up, Lori Fisher on YouTube? YouTube, Big Vegas. Uh,
Jesse.
there you are, my friend.
Oh, I was battling with. I have a couple different, but I have a Samsung, and so I'm using my girlfriend's MacBook today, and my AirPods wouldn't connect, so I had to get her AirPods, or whatever.
That's
Can you hear
awesome.
me? Do I sound
That's why.
okay?
I can hear you perfectly, my friend. Yes. Very happy that you're back.
Excellent.
We have a lot of
Yes,
topics
sir.
to address. Before we do that, I want to address Tok Tok. I want to address YouTube. Where is my green tea? You're
Mm-hmm.
asking. My green tea is right here, and it's actually golden shower. What? No, it's green tea, guys. Come on, please.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So JT, can you give a little bit of a short, brief reminder for the people that are newly tuning in? We are here live again. There is some new people that are tuning in right now on Tok Tok on YouTube Live. So please, if you could give a brief introduction.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry, Jesse. My name's JT Barnett. I'm a film and TV producer. I worked with Joe Exotic about a decade ago, shooting a pilot called The Tiger King. Joe Exotic, The Tiger King was actually the title. And then I stayed connected to Joe over the years. And then, since the series has come out, I have, and I realized with the other millions of people in the world that Joe has been falsely imprisoned and set up. And so I'm happy to link up with other influential and smart men like yourselves, that we can speak out about some of the injustices being done here. I'm live also here.
Amazing. So we are live.
We're not, unfortunately, yeah, we're also live here. So we can maximize what we're doing with Joe. We still don't have this singular stream, but at least we're tuning in with all these fans everywhere,
Absolutely.
and letting people know what's going on.
So we are also streaming on different platforms. YouTube is one of them. We're still. What's up, Sarah Land? We're happy you're back. Thank you very much. We're still kind of like figuring out what is the best way to do it. But right now, this is quite going well. We're just on different platforms at the same time. Okay. So I just want to address everybody. If you have questions,
Nobody can hear Jess.
can you hear me? Yeah. Um, Spam says TikTok is better. Yeah. Well, I understand TikTok is better, but the point is that if you have questions here, you can ask them. If you have questions on YouTube, you can ask them. I'm trying to monitor them both. Before we do that, I want to kind of like get to the news of the week.
Yep.
Let me see. We have a message from. Wait, let me see what we got here. Okay. So we have a request from Amy to put out to stream a story from Bobby Corona.
Yeah, Bobby and Joe went to Florida, and they actually had, 50 or 60 counts of fraud against Carol, and they took that to the sheriff in Florida.
Oh my
So,
God.
and that's what the video is that I think they sent to you.
Okay. So let me start that right now. There we go. Okay.
And you know what, dude? I'm not doing the live from the.
Okay, so you should be able to see it right now. So I'm gonna play the video so we can kind of like hear. Excuse me, what is going on? Whew. Okay.
1202 Easy Street, Tampa, Florida, is the
Just
where the
down the
corporation
street.
is located.
Okay, well, is that where the notary's at, where she's doing all this document signing and stuff?
Yes, this is her corporation. She is the president of this corporation, who is her daughter, and she is also a notary who signed for her daughter.
Yeah, I see.
And
So
then,
this is Carol Lewis, this is Carol Lewis's daughter.
yes, sir.
Okay.
And her father.
And then this one
Okay.
is, see, this is Jamie and this is supposedly Jamie.
If-
Carol
but- okay.
notarized this
All
and
right.
this, saying that these two signatures
If we
were
want
hers.
anything done today, I'm gonna have to call for a deputy to come in,
Okay,
because I don't have any appointments today or tomorrow. It would be Monday before I could sit
okay,
down with you and write a report.
okay, so,
I looked up the statute, it does say she can't do that.
Okay.
I
and
just
there's
don't-
60 of them, over 60 here,
Okay.
different documents.
Okay. So can you paraphrase what have we been looking at, JT? What was this?
This is a clip when Joe and Bonnie, who helped Joe out a tremendous amount for many years, she went to Florida, and they took, while Joe was being harassed by Carol, and they were embattled in their in their feud. Joe had all these counts of notary fraud that they committed, and they took this to Florida to confront the sheriff, over the county, like, why is nothing being done about this? And you know, but that's what that clip is right there.
Got it. Got it. And let me see.
And Jesse's here because he supports Joe. We're all here just because we support Joe. Like, at the end of the day, nobody's. This is here. This is just about getting justice served. He's been falsely imprisoned. We have a prison industrial complex in America, and we need to make a difference about that. I'm thankful that Jesse followers and we can speak out to everybody.
Absolutely. What's up, D? How you doing, Manina? Okay, so I want to quote this from Joe. Exactly as how I received it. You know where this whole system broke down and where the blame should start. It's on the sheriff of Hillsborough County in Tampa, Florida. I spent over 12 years trying to get law enforcement to listen to not only me, but people that knew firsthand that Don Lewis' power of attorney was forged and designed by Carol herself and filed with the court clerk around the time Don went missing. Then I flew to Tampa with the proof that Carol, her mother, and daughter were committing over 60 felony counts of notary fraud and recorded it. She had so many law enforcement officials in her pocket, nothing was ever done. If they would have acted on all the criminal violations then, none of this would even have happened. She would not have had the chance to master this plan to set me up for something she knows damn well I didn't do. I don't know what else it takes to show the wrong that has been done here, but before it is over with, I am going to show a whole lot more wrongdoing that has ever been done. The proof can no longer be covered up. This whole thing stinks of justice corruption, and we will prove it. Again, I start this blame on the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office back in the early and mid 2000s. They took political donations from Carroll over truth and justice for all and over upholding the very oath of office people are sworn to take. I still have faith in our president to stand against this injustice and pardon me sooner than later.
These are Joe's words.
Yes.
It's crazy how this thing has unfolded from the like. Hasn't Joe suffered enough? They've taken everything and hammered him like a nail over and over again, set him up for crimes he didn't commit. You know.
It's quite the message.
It's shocking.
And it's really shocking. And we last time we had this water ski guy, we had him in our chat, and he said, "Oh, wait till the new Tiger King comes out. You guys will look like clowns because you don't know what you're talking about. Blah 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 blah." So, what are your thoughts on this, JT? Because do you know anything about this new Tiger King, and what is the evidence that we don't have? Or we
I know
don't about?
I can tell you for a fact that nobody in real Hollywood is working with rats and con men. And, film and TV may be rough as it is, but people use this all the time as a hustle. And these are the very people that set Joe up. They're federal informants. Like, is there a lower human than this? These rats and con men who set him up. So, him talking about Tiger King 3 is just trying to hang on to the relevance in relation to some stuff they were involved in that they probably didn't think the whole world was going to end up knowing.
Exactly.
At least that.
Oh man. Yeah. So I'm. When is this coming out? Do you know this Tiger King 3?
There is no Tiger King 3 as he's talking about. That's funny. Although
there is none.
There isn't this. Yeah, not that. Well, coming from the jet ski guy, I don't think so.
Who remembers this? Talk. Do you remember this guy on the jet ski? Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
What was his name again?
I remember.
I don't even know.
I don't know the shots like it. He's a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick. They use it in TV all the time. It's cool for a couple episodes. Like, and then somebody that sets up their own friends and is a federal informant. Like, dude, I'm done with you. Like, we don't need to hang out.
Yeah.
That's
exactly,
good.
Exactly.
But I did see he jumped in the chat last time. I don't know, was that on your TikTok or was that on the YouTube?
I think YouTube, but also on TokTok. He tunes in, and he always tags me and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he always makes videos.
Oh, well, we'll have to tune in TikTok next week or
absolutely.
something.
So G Rise is asking, what are you asking?
But what I'm gonna do, if you give me a minute, Jesse.
Of course.
I'm gonna tune out of the Instagram. And please continue to support Joe. We're doing this. Free Joe Exotic.
Free Joe.
Every day.
Nari Bipolar on TokTok is asking, how is Joe Exotic doing? Well, not any better than last time we spoke last week. Which is his health condition is not good. He's obviously depressed because, he's out there while we are here. And he shouldn't be. There's people that are guilty that should be in there, and he should not be. So imagine if you were locked up. I apologize. Sorry. If you were locked up, then how would you feel like? So it's not a good situation, and I hope to speak to him soon again, hopefully tomorrow, and kind of like get the latest update. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
he has cancer, and he has to get blood transfusions regularly. So it can take a toll on him. But he's back. He's at the Fort Worth. He's at a great medical unit. He's at the Fort Worth medical unit now. They're taking good care of him currently. So hopefully, all the abuse and mistreatment he's suffered is coming to an end. That he's now somewhere, you know.
Night Polar says he's in my prayers. Thinking of Joe. Thank you guys for your support for Joe Exotic on Tok Tok. Let me see YouTube real quick here. Jet ski guy was probably just sitting in a sticky strip club board. Sandra,
Right? He's a
I
strip
think you're
club.
right.
Like, bro, it's cool. I'm not mad at him. Sell your jet skis, hang out at your strip club, bro. Do you? That's cool. But I shoot TV for a living. You star on TV, right? Oh,
Yes,
you're another
yeah.
big net.
I
You're a
do
Netflix
TV.
star.
I am a businessman, entertainer, marketing
I've seen
guy.
you do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so listen, this is the thing, right? Like when it comes to TV is a business. And this is what Joe, like, let's talk about Joe for a second. Like, I think Joe is such a, whatever you think of him, I don't care if you want to hate or talk some shit. Okay? I don't care. The fact is that when we were all in lockdown, we were entertained and we were watching that. And he was a brilliant entertainer, aka brilliant marketeer. And then suddenly you're out of lockdown and the guy gets arrested and you forget about him. No, but let's be honest. Like, that's not okay. And I'm standing for justice,
Right.
and I have been for the past 2.5 years, even when he was back with his ex husband, doing podcasting, all this stuff, support that never really got to Joe. So I was heartbroken. But anyway, the point is, let's get back to that moment. Okay, let's think about it. And why have you lost sight of this man when you were such a supporter, when you were such a fan? Because you heard some
Right.
false allegations that you believe? Is that why? No, tell me the truth. Let me know right now. Let me see the YouTube. Um, Lily E says he killed animals. What do you mean he killed
No.
animals? The animals that were dying because they were sick? Is that the animals you're referring to? What are you referring to?
Yeah, because when you have a farm, when you have animals, you have to put them down. He had so many big cats, and actually, the big cats that he's in there for putting down right now were very sick and old cats that were declawed. And one thing you never do to a cat, especially big cat, you don't declaw them, because if you leave the tiniest piece in there, if you don't get it all out, it grows back through. It knurls their hands. They can't walk. It's very painful for them. So. These were old cats that had problems walking, and he put them down, and sometimes he had to do that. The USDA actually directed him to put the cats down the same year that he was then later charged with killing endangered animals. But they charged him with laws that are supposed to protect, like, bald eagles in the wild or animals in the wild. So you can't say this is like, there's 200 cats here. Sometimes, animals have to be put down, and to charge him is just crazy to me,
We had
but yeah,
this is a great point, JT. I
Joe was
really,
very compassionate.
yeah,
Joe had 1,000 animals. So people have to
exactly.
understand, when you take care of 1,000 animals, the years I knew him, you're sleeping 3-4 hours a day. So he cared more about the animals than he did anything.
Somebody here made a great point, and there's a lot of comments right here on Tok Tok. But I forgot your name. I think it was G Race. She says, "Why can Joe be at home when he's sick, like on some kind of house arrest?" I'm not 100%
Yeah, medical
familiar.
leave.
Yeah, like is that even like considered possible, or is that not part of?
Really, that hasn't been considered.
Okay.
They they just granted Matulu Shakur compassionate release in America for conspiracy after he'd been locked up for half a century or something like that. So, I mean, for them to have compassionate release for Joe now, 5 year in his sentence, I don't,
Yeah.
But he certainly deserves to. Not only does he deserve compassionate release, but he deserves to be home. If even if he did put these tigers down, he served 5 years for that, right? There was very different maximums and minimums for conspiracy to commit murder, and it's just insane that it's against somebody who held a judgment against him and engineered people working against him for over a decade, enacting this master plan. All the way back to when Joe was trying to get her off his back by the video you played earlier, when him and Bonnie had went to Florida, to confront the sheriff about the notary fraud. But, and it's funny, if people do any digging on this stuff, and I'm presenting opinions here. Like, you can go, these aren't opinions. You can go look this stuff up. If you watch the Tiger King, if you read the verifiable media news articles and you look, it's there. It's on the internet, not just, bloggers and YouTube and conspiracy theorists, but
True.
He's very much been done wrong,
Absolutely. And we have gotten into this in detail in previous lives that we did. Let me see. Great comment here from Tatiana. He needs to make an emergency medical appeal. This is wild. Thank you guys for doing this and creating awareness. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. He is making appeals. He's making a lot of appeals, right? And I don't know, medical appeal though. Has he done that?
His attorney, John Phillips, is working on a tremendous amount of stuff in Florida. They filed for some motions last year that still have yet to be answered a year later. So they're just running up against this wall with this biased judge in the case. But yeah, he's working on a bunch of new motions and appeals, and actually going over new evidence as well. But for the most part, the legal team's working very hard on this. So a team of lawyers. It's not just like John Phillips; it's his team and several other people working hard on it. So
exactly.
But
let me see. We have 6 more minutes, so I'm trying to get as much questions as possible.
Sure.
Dylan was a flame boy and just wanted his 50 minutes of fame, Sunshine Meyer says. I have to agree with that one. Agree with that one. I think his previous marriages were obviously already before the show, right? So obviously the show happened, and I do believe that there was a law of affection. I've spoken a lot about it with Joe. Don't want to get too much into it because it's a very emotional story, but I think that his last marriage was more for TV. I agree. What do you think, JT?
I do think that, of course, Dylan took advantage. Dylan knew Joe for less than 6 months before he was arrested, incarcerated, and to what I understand, he didn't want anything to do with him until there was some fame involved. He interacted with him occasionally, but I think his true colors were shown in the last few years when a little bit of publicity and a little bit of money came into the picture. Which is unfortunate. I feel bad for Joe because actually, I feel bad for Joe. I feel bad for Dylan too, a little bit, because it's hard on everybody. But at the end of the day, Joe's the one that's falsely imprisoned. That if it was my significant other down there, I would be, down there, trying to campaign for their release, especially if I thought, they're innocent. But it's neither here nor there, yeah. But yeah, I think he definitely took advantage of Joe and got some publicity and money out of it. So hopefully it's good for him the rest of his life. But Joe will always be the Tiger King, and Joe is falsely imprisoned, and so as long as everybody keeps speaking out and writing and tweeting to the congressman and the POTUS, and talking about Joe Exotic is the best course of action right now.
I want to address
But
a question here from, or maybe a statement from Andy Wood. And I want to ask you a question to Andy Wood, because you're saying, innocent or not, Exotic is really a messed up guy. Why would anyone want to have anything to do with him? Seriously. Well, Andy, what is it exactly that you think is messed up? The fact that he helped thousands of people, that he gave out free food, that he gave out free entertainment for us while we were stuck in lockdown and we had something to laugh at and have a good time? I mean, whatever your personal opinion is about style, this is a whole different conversation, right? Because taste or whatever, vulgar, but do not give me an answer, oh, because he is guilty, or because he killed animals, or because murder plot for hire, all this BS. No, if you say to me, okay, I don't like him because of his style, okay, that's your opinion, I respect that. But don't come here saying because he did this or because that's just not true. Okay, so please give me a valid reason why you say that. Which you're entitled to your opinion. Do you know what I mean?
what was their opinion?
Yeah, he doesn't give a
What did they
reason.
say?
He doesn't give a reason. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
when
you're
people
just
say
talking shit.
that,
It's a troller. Maybe it's a
thank you,
paid
Anita.
Carol
Yeah,
Baskin troll.
yeah.
Did you know when Joe had the sue all the way 10 years ago, before there was even bloggers and the internet, but in a big marketing push, over a decade ago, Carol employed, I don't know how many people to troll. Everything Joe tried to put
Oh
out would
God,
be
yeah,
of real world people like Karen's. It's like Carol Baskin and Karen clones trolling you on the internet.
exactly.
So anytime I see any
Yeah.
hate about Joe these days, I wonder if it's
It
some of those
is.
still
This
lingering.
is crazy, right? And you know it's not working. We are here. We are here. We're giving you again the value, the truth, the presence. We're answering any questions right here. Talk, YouTube Live. We're not backing down for nobody. Okay. So this is what we're doing, and we're doing it for justice. I don't care what you think in the end. Okay. But let me tell you something. If you were in his shoes, you would want the same. Who would be standing up for you? Ask yourself that question.
Nobody would
Maybe
be standing
nobody.
up for Joe
Maybe
if there was
nobody. Exactly. Maybe
Exactly.
nobody. So because yeah, like, and this is something that people don't think about. You need people that stand up for you, that fight for justice. Don't forget about you. And the truth of the matter is, whether you are famous or not, it doesn't matter. Or you did a TV show. The point is that most people go on with their lives, don't care about you anymore. So you will find out quickly who are your true friends, who will get down to the bottom to fight for justice. Pay
That's an
attention, my
excellent
friends.
point.
Pay attention. Yes. Pooperman says Joe needs to stay single right now and focus on getting his freedom. Not a bad point, Pooperman. I mean, we
Joe
all
just
should
needs to
be,
keep his head off of things.
yeah.
Joe doesn't have much. Like, we all can talk about everything
Yeah.
else, but at the end of the day, Joe goes home to a 6x6 cell in a really rough place around. And I'm glad, shout out to everybody that has Joe's back. I'm so happy. Hopefully people watch out for him, because he's been abused and thrown away by everybody else practically in the world. And then all these people profited off of him,
Exactly.
Please support him and do something about it. It's bullshit.
I want to address one more question real quick before we close
Yep.
out the live. Where is it? Nina asks, why hasn't the Innocence Project helped? The Innocence Project. I don't know what that is.
There's the Innocence Project in the U.S., but again, I don't think people realize we don't really have a justice system in the U.S. We have a money system that preys on the weak, and especially you bump up against the federal government. Now, it's obviously the people, the hitman, and Jeff did do the right thing and went and said, no, we lied, we set him up, actually. And then they put that in season 2 and aired that for millions of people. And you figure, surely with millions of people now seeing these people said, no, we set him up, but it doesn't seem to matter, and the wheels of justice turn slowly. And so, looking at it, also, I think the federal government and a biased judge and a bunch of dirty government people owe him an apology.
Absolutely.
And so that's a hard pill to swallow, to walk back. But at the end of the day, he's already done 25% of his sentence. Like, he's already been in there for 5 years for a crime he didn't even commit, other than playing a character that actually entertained everybody during the COVID, because this was an act. Joe played the Tiger King character with his arch nemesis Carol Baskin, and this is something they did on Joe Exotic TV and YouTube, right? True. And so it's the same thing as using trying to use rap lyrics against the artist. You're trying to indict for conspiracy or anything else like that, in my opinion. It's based, that this isn't the real Joe. But
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Anything else, JT, that you want to address before we close out the live? I'm checking one more time for last questions right now.
Yeah. Just continue to reach out for Joe. Like the only way it's going to happen is with the fans. So we're so appreciative for you and your large volume of fans, and Joe's has a great loyal following of fans. Please continue to do everything you can to bring awareness and attention to this plight, because that's the only way anything's going to change about it. To change with it.
And I also want to say, guys, I appreciate because usually TikTok really is like blowing up, and I appreciate that y'all also have been on YouTube more active. I see it slowly progressing a little bit, so I do appreciate that, because that way I don't have to continuously switch back and forth as much. So thank you all for your support, and we will always try to be around the same time every week on Sunday. So you can expect us, and you can expect us with the latest updates on Joe. Thank you very much. JT, have a great night, man.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Have a great one, Jesse.
Thank you so much.
All right.